Pleasure is mine, my man. Be blessed. I already did. I already got it for you. All right, bet. All right, got it, my man. Cool.
Beat his ass.
Why so many people want his ass beat? What did he do? Everybody want to see this dude
It's the
get
talk,
smoked.
man. It's the talk. You know, people want to see you lose, and he doing his thing, man. He came out of nowhere.
I'm not really worried about the talk. I'm grinding. Once he somebody tricked him and confused him and drugged him and hypnotized him and told him to sign it out of line, I cut all the shit off. Now we in. So I don't care what he say. I don't care what he do.
That's the thing. That's what people wanted. They wanted him to fight someone that was considered a real fighter.
They wanted him to get hurt, and they signed the right person up for it.
Your mom seems to think that you're a fighter, and this will be a fight. But what about his youth and size? Does that
size and what?
Pretty tall and heavy.
You ever seen Darren Till?
Is there a contracted weight? What's the weight for this?
You ever
fight?
seen Darren Till?
No, I don't watch UFC like that.
Darren Till is probably 6'2", 6'3", maybe 10 to 15 pounds heavier than Paul. He's the one that I fought for a title back in 2018. And he was an up-and-coming prospect. He was a young, hungry kid. I was an old kid, and he didn't land one punch. He got finished off. So I'm fast. I'm explosive. I'm very smart. I see things very well. I'm learning. I'm still getting better. Like, I won't even reach my peak until my next 3 or 4 boxing fights. So I'm already on a great start. I can go 6 rounds hard right now. Like, if we had a 6-round fight, I can fight tomorrow. And you know when we fighting the 29th. So now I got every week to add another round. And once I get to the point where I know I got the 8, then I'm going to go back and I'm going to make sure I can sprint 8 rounds like you ain't never seen before, so I can breathe and I can talk to people on the side if I want to and take deep breaths. So that's my mindset. So I'm not worried about the youth. I'm worried about the experience, and I'm worried about the grit. When my mom said I'm a fighter, I've been fighting my whole life. I've been in 30 street fights. So if it comes down to it, I'm ready to get ugly. You know what I mean? So that's what he doesn't have. He doesn't have that experience. You don't have that experience when you're in a fight or getting jumped or people chasing you and you fall, you hit, you may die. So he ain't had that in his mind. He's been sheltered. He's been spoon-fed his whole life. That doesn't mean he's not an athlete. The thing that people take him for granted because they think because you have not came from a certain background or you was born into money or you got your fame from somewhere else, that don't mean he can't go and train hard. That don't mean he's not athletic. That don't mean he can't punch. So the mindset of having that kind of set people up. And he's trying to, I'm a Disney and vlogger and I'm fighting the seasoned striker and UFC champion 5 times and da-da-da. He's doing that bullshit. But in the real life, now in the face-off, how you gonna win? Let me double your purse. He's playing the game. He's smart at it. And that's why I got to salute him for earning me that bag, though. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to get his fans. I'm going to get his followers. And everybody that's rooting for him, they're going to jump ship, guaranteed.
Do you think a win over him can get you the Logan fight?
I'm not really thinking about that. I think the win over him is going to set up so many things that I'll have options. And at that point, I'm going to just sit down with my squad and we're going to look at him and we're going to pick the best opportunity with the biggest bag behind it.
Man, I don't know if we talked about Wilder and Fury. They got
They're doing a 3?
They're doing number 3. Wilder won arbitration, so now the fight is official. July 24th, I believe. July 24th in Las Vegas. Have you seen the clips of Wilder with Malik Scott, the new trainer? Nah.
He beats him. Man, I go off.
I see. That's
I
good,
go off
though.
and
You
then I go
focus.
off. Yeah.
Focus. Yeah. Wow, so you ain't see the new clip, so you can't even say like, oh yeah, damn. So you just picking. Can you make a prediction or a good fight?
I like Deontay Wilder. I like Fury. He's entertaining. He's a good boxer. He's more the people's champ. But it's always good to see somebody that was at the top take a bump, and I want to see if he can get back up and go back for the win. So I'm rooting for Deontay Wilder. But I do like Tyson Fury though. He hard.
What about you familiar with Earl Spence?
Yeah.
You know he fighting Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Right? What you think about that fight?
I like that fight. I mean, it's tough to really give like your honest thoughts on it because it's not a fight that's happening in Pacquiao's prime. So, it's different.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But
so you think Pacquiao might be past it?
No, he's not past it. But we can't act like the moments that we remember him from in the past wasn't his greatest moments. Mm-hmm. Those are his greatest moments. So I think it's a good fight, and I'm excited to watch it.
Earl says that he was 70 to 80% versus Danny. You think 100% Earl can stop?
No fighter ever 100%. That's a myth. You can't train like a beast and be 100%. unless you're doing water training and shadow boxing, never making contact, we all walk in there with war wounds. Some of us don't discuss them, some of us deal with them, some of us, let a pinky keep us out of a game. I've never walked into a fight 100%. And I've walked into a fight a little bit more healthier than other fights, but if he was at 67%, I don't know how people can read a meter. Oh, I'm at 70% today. We don't know where the fuck percent we at. Where your mind at? If your mind's 100% in, locked in on winning, your body got to line up to what your mind telling it to do.
Well, you think physically a knockout is possible for Earl over Pacquiao?
Have Pacquiao been knocked out?
Yeah, from Marquez.
Marquez? What kind of gloves Marquez have on, hand wraps and shit? Did he have on the right one? That was Margarita had on the weird wraps.
Margarita, you talking about the wraps.
The weird wraps. I don't know. That's hard to say.
Who's your favorite boxer?
Of all time or right now?
Active
Active right now. I like Tank. He nasty. 23 knockouts, 24 wins, or something close like that.
25, 20.
And just he got so many people behind him, so many opportunities to let the lifestyle take over him. In some type of way, he still shows up. And losing a fight, come back, and I'm not saying he was losing, but on paper he could have been. Find a way to come out, and all those finishes. He's just explosive. He's powerful, and he got so many different ways he can put you down. Body shots, check hooks, uppercuts. So I like him. He makes the sport really exciting, and we haven't seen a lighter fighter in a very long time that had that kind of power that make people excited to watch him. He's usually the heavyweights. Mike Tyson, Holyfield. Duran was one of them, yeah. But you can pick 5. Ricky had maybe Duran, guys like that. But Sugar Ray Leonard always. Sugar Ray Leonard is one of my favorite overall. He's one of the fastest, strongest, powerful, slickest. He had real good IQ and a great chin. So I like Sugar Ray Leonard. I like Mike Tyson. I like Roy Jones Jr. Those are probably my favorites.
So your mom was saying that you always wanted to be a fighter, and that she wouldn't let you be a boxer.
Yeah.
And then you ended up doing MMA kind of in secret for a little while.
Yeah.
So she got wind. Why MMA?
Pause that for me, CJ.
If you wanted to be a fighter, why MMA? Why you ain't go secretly do boxing?
Because I was old. I was 23. And at that time, it wasn't opportunities for people that was an all-American wrestler because of that going to boxing. And, the amateur boxing, 300-400 fights sometimes. And me coming into boxing at the age of 23, I didn't feel like I would be very successful. And I don't want to do nothing without trying to be a world champion at it. So I used to play for a football team called Matthews Dickey. It was a boys club. And we used to walk past, and it was a boxing team, and I always wanted to box. And I asked my mom a million times every day. I would hound her to find that she's just like, don't ask me no more. You're not boxing, So I played every sport. I've been in the sport nonstop since 10 years old. Never had a break, never had an off season. So 30 years straight, I've been active in the sport. Never had an off season, never had a break. So when people ask me about youth and they ask me about, what do you think about this? I've been athletic at a very high level for 30 years. So boxing for me came afterwards because MMA, the wrestling base was everything. All the Ultimate Fighter 1 guys were my teammates, coaches, friends, colleagues, and peers. So when I got to the point where wrestling was kind of getting to the point where I was deciding, do I want to make this Olympic run still, or do I want to just, do something different and coach? MMA came around, and wrestlers was doing really, really well at it. So I started being a coach. I was Thiago Alves' wrestling coach. My head coach, now Dean Thomas, I was his wrestling coach. Eve Edwards' wrestling coach. And I came down here to South Florida, and I was a bag of bones. Sparred twice a day, getting beat up, kicked in the head. And I was like, fuck, I'm here training people so many times because they didn't know how to deal with the wrestlers. Wrestlers took the sport over by storm. So then I became very, very, on everybody's list. Hey, fly Tyron in, he helped me out for this guy. So I was flying over around the country training guys in wrestling. And finally, I was like, shit, I'm in shape. I've been doing this. I may give it a fucking try. Let me fucking try it. And I just kind of tried it. And then I ended up winning 5 straps, and the boxing training was a part of it. So then I naturally fell in love with it. So now I get a chance to really box.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's an amazing story. I just want to say you look so young.
Yeah.
You don't look your age.
Yeah, I'm 39. I just say 40 because, who cares?
At you, then I look through the camera, I'm like, girl, you look
I took care of myself.
young, man.
Never took a performance enhancement drug. Never really got into anything severe. I never took hardcore drugs, never beat my body up. Yeah, I went out, drank a little bit, smoked a little bit here and there, but I never really fuck my body up. I always had that mindset of an athlete. And like I said, for 30 years I've been in the sport. So when everybody's on Cancun and spring breaks and turning up and doing this shit, I could never really partake in it. And I used to be like, damn, man, I want to have fun like that. But God never, that wasn't my path.
Yeah.
You know, the road to the top is real narrow and it's real lonely. So all those people that turned up, those are the people that are in my DM. Man, we rooting for you, kick his ass, fight, we want you to win. But I'm the one that's out there, you know, showcasing for all of us.
This fight isn't personal at all for anything he's done, right? This is more like you.
It's personal because he signed the contract. I didn't think he would, and he did. So anybody from now on, I never did that in MMA. I never made it personal. Now it's all personal. When I fight somebody, my daughter, you trying to take away from her future, my sons, my kids, my legacy, you know what I mean, what I stand for, you want to beat me and you want to take that. So it is personal.
All right, well, thank you so much.
If you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars and title, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.